Pakistan is refusing to accept back their prolific child rapist and rape gang leader, Shabir Ahmed. Well, according to The Telegraph, it's said that because Ahmed ripped up his Pakistani passport and renounced his citizenship, that his home country is now washing their hands with the issue. Can I just be clear? I do not care what Pakistan's government thinks. This is one of their citizens. A passport doesn't make a man. He was born in their country. I didn't think much of Pakistan before this story, frankly, and I can safely say I think even less of them now. Good countries take back their criminals and don't leave them to be burdened on others. And clearly, Pakistan has no intention of changing course on this one. So here's what we need to do next. Let's start ripping up visas of Pakistanis living in Britain and those, of course, that still want to come here. Then pull every single penny of the hundreds of millions of pounds in foreign aid that we give to Pakistan. And if they refuse that, start deporting expired visas and block anyone else from coming in, even through tourism. Do all of that and watch how quickly countries like Pakistan, who treat us with utter contempt, will bend to taking back their child rapists. That is the power of our country. But in other news, the Conservative Party yesterday put forward an amendment that would repeal the sections of the immigration. Just a reminder, she previously negated Pakistan from her list of countries that would be punished if they refused to take back their illegal migrants. And it leaves me asking this: why is it she is so weak when it comes to the Pakistani government? Should we get the thoughts of my panel? Broadcaster, legendary journalist Carol Malone is here, journalist and broadcaster Benjamin Butterworth, former Cabinet Minister Sir Jake Berry, and now Reform Party member. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Carol, I'll start with you. I'm getting more and more frustrated about this story. We have a functioning government, just about, who can and whose job it is to protect British citizens and change laws, write new ones. They just don't seem to be doing anything about this.
You know what's getting me about this? This guy was sentenced to 22 years. He actually was sentenced, he got two sentences, one for 22 years, one for 19 years. And instead of them running consecutively, which means that one after the other, which would have been 42 years, they were run concurrently, which meant he's only supposed to serve 22. He did not, he served 14. Why have we let this guy out so early? You know, he would have been, had he served his full sentence, he might have died in prison. He would have been about 80. But if it had been the full 42 years, he would have definitely died in prison, which would have solved all the problems.
Let's just get thoughts of you, Sir Jake, on this one.
So I think we're learning a lot of lessons from this case, aren't we? The first lesson we should take away as a country is people who are child rapists, this man raped an 11-year-old girl, should never be released from prison early. I agree with Carol, he should have served a much longer sentence. In fact, he was sentenced to 22 years and let out after 14 is a disgrace. If you rape a child in Britain, you should expect to serve your full sentence. The second thing I think we should learn about it is that the government can change these laws and should change these laws. This man should be deported from Britain. You heard from Katie Lamb there. They're prepared to support the government. In your introduction, you said they can pass an emergency law to keep the pubs open for the football. Yeah. I've passed emergency laws when I was in Parliament. You can do this in a day. Yep. And the third thing is, if Pakistan doesn't play ball, the £80 million a year that the UK government pays to Pakistan should be stripped away immediately. Let's not forget, it is a country with its own nuclear programme. It has its own space programme. Britain doesn't have a space programme. We should not be supporting it full stop, but we definitely shouldn't be supporting it if it refuses to take back child rapists who are Pakistanis.
You know, in Pakistan, if you rape a child, it's the death penalty. And Pakistan have said they don't want him back there because he will be a danger to young girls. And yet here he is in this country without British citizenship, wandering around freely, and this stupid government holds its hands up and says, no, we can't do anything because the immigration law says we can't. So as Jake says, change the immigration prison. So this government lied. They knew they couldn't do it, but they lied anyway.
Isn't this what the British public hate? Is this sort of politicians throwing their hands in the air of all political parties and saying, oh, if only we knew, if only we could do something about this. You are the government. You have the power. You can pass legislation in a day, sort this out, stop rapists and people who are dangerous to women being released from prison early. People like Hugh Edwards, who was convicted of child pornography, he didn't even go to prison at all. He should be banged up. Deport people, and if their countries won't play ball, change whatever laws you need to do, and if their countries won't